This is the Romboz Road by JM Gaming. It's 194.59 megabytes to download. Now this does have a required mod to download it, and that is the Placeable Power Line by Top Ace 888. That is only 0.18 megabytes to download, and that is not going to break the bank. That will download automatically when you download this map, and if you load into the map and forget to select it, it will throw up a warning saying do you want to add it. Obviously you do need it to play this map. And the description says, welcome to the Romboz Road. You are in France in the breeding region of the Comtois horse, but also in an area where the famous cheese Le Comté is produced. The card includes 60 arable fields of all sizes, 20 pastures, 20 forest areas, 5 ready-to-use slots to build your own farm, 3 stores to sell your productions, 1 sawmill, and in easy mode you have a fully equipped farm. Explore the forest, you will find smugglers' stories, cultivate large plots of up to 30 hectares or focus on cattle breeding to produce cheese. And then they say have fun, so let's go and check it out. And here we are, guys. This is where you start off in all 3 modes. And this is the map. As you can see, we are down here, just sort of in the amongst the trees for some reason, out from our main farm area. I am in new farmer mode. In new farmer mode, I'll show you first, we get all of this. So we've got all this big plot here, which has got our farmhouse, silo, most of our equipment with some a shed, just one shed actually, and it comes with these 2 fields. It is pretty much grass orientated, especially in new farmer mode. So the fields that we do own, they are all grass fields. This field is currently empty. I think it needs lime, but it's been cultivated. So yeah, this is all one plot with those 2 fields and the farmhouse area. That is 1.4 million just over to buy. Field 35 is 215,000, 40 is 318,000, and then this plot, which takes in where our animal pens are, that's 582,000. Down here we do start off with pigs, horses and cow barn, and then at the top on the edge of this field we've got 4 beehives, which we will check out as well. So as you can probably tell, the field prices are going to be a little bit pricey, but they are very decent sized fields. So I think 51 was the most expensive, in terms of, obviously, other than our plot I've just showed you. That's 788,416. What was the smallest and cheapest? I can't remember now, but 25 looks pretty small. 106,000 though for that. So there you go. Just as an example, some of the others, 19,603, and then let's pick this fella, 249, but just come with a little bit of forestry area. And as for forestry, as you can see, there's quite a lot. Got this big plot there for 548,000, and then we've got small little areas like this for 56,000 over there, 551, even little, no, that's a sawmill, isn't it? There you go, 119. So yeah, there you go. There is 3 placeable areas that are vacant at the minute, because obviously it does say in the description about being 5, but I think 2 of those are being used up already if you come on here in new farmer mode. So those will be 2, and then you've got 1 here, that's 61,000 to buy. Another one there, 49,000, and then the last one over there for 100, what's that say, 138,192. So there you go. There isn't that many production chains and sell points on here, and they are dotted around, so there's a little bit of a drive to get to things. We've got a sawmill, carpentry here, there's a few things going on there, and a random sell point on its own at the top. We will take in all those as well. And I think we will do some sort of loop round like that up there and then finish up there. That seemed to be the best route in my head when I come on it earlier. I think that's all I need to tell you there. So we'll run up into our farm. I don't know why we start in the woods. There is these signs around the map. but there's nothing written on them. Some of them do have like an arrow attached on the end as if it's sort of pointing to somewhere. The sawmill is down there, and I think that is the proper way in to the sawmill. So whether that's meant to say sawmill on there, I don't know, but I don't really like the idea of people coming through our land to get to the sawmill. So anyway, a little gripe there. I'm in new farmer mode, like I said. Let's go through slot counts and everything first. We do start off with some very decent big size equipment, and we do have a bit of a class theme going on here. In new farmer mode, the slot count is 967. We start off with a class Arian 610 small tractor. Medium tractor, we've got a class Axion 800. We've got two large tractors, that's the class Axion. We've got a 960 and a 920. Obviously different horsepowers. Decent sized class harvester. Look at the size of this. Crop protection sprayer. Very nice. We've got a class wheel loader. Lizard pickup. A nice planter. A nice sized seeder as well. A Russell mash cultivator. That's a decent size as well. A Cavernan plough. We've got a corn header, sorry, for your harvester. And then we've got a nice big 10.8 metre header for your class harvester. Decent sized trailer to start with, 37,500 litre capacity. We've got a slurry tank. In animals, we've got a feed mixer for your TMR and also a straw blower. And then we've got the Flegel Noah, which is your animal transport trailer. So again, nice touch. Bucket for your wheel loader. Trailer for your header, and then just one weight, which is also class. So like I say, 967 slots in new farmer mode. Now if you sell off all of that equipment, if you come on here, if you want to do that, you can get the slot count down to 735. You can get it down to even more, because if you sell off everything, and you can sell off everything, you can get rid of all these fences as well. That doesn't affect the slot count, getting rid of fences, but you can obviously get rid of them if they are in your way. You can sell off the silo, fuel tank, sheds, farmhouse, all the animal pens down there. You get the slot count down to 625, so that is quite low. And obviously it opens up this area quite a lot, including the animal area down there, which we'll see in a second. In terms of the other two modes, farm manager and start from scratch, you don't start off with anything. Come on here, you don't get any land, no equipment, none of these buildings, animal pens, farmhouse, none of this is here. The fences are here, but nothing else. So this is quite open when you come in here on those two modes, sorry. In that mode, it is 624. Now, I'm thinking that the one slot difference there is because we do start off with a IBC of herbicide over there. And obviously that's not there when you come on in Farm Manager and start from scratch. So there's possibly where your one slot difference is there. I didn't bother getting rid of it, but I probably imagine that is what it is. Also over here by the main entrance, there is two street lights. They are here in Farm Manager and start from scratch. Now I know it's a little bit petty, but if you get rid of those two, even if you don't own this land, you can sell those. So if you don't want them there in Farm Manager and start from scratch, that gets rid of another two slots. So you can get it down to 622. Oh, right, let's go around the farm. We've got our silo, which is standard crop types. Pipe in, tip out. This is the Farmer 400, so it's a 400,000 litre capacity. We do have a fuel tank over here that is full up, 25,000 litres of diesel in there. We've got tractors and trailers all set up. We've got a lot of equipment nicely stored in there, a bit more out the back. We'll navigate around. Look at that, it's been all parked up very, very nice indeed. We do have lights in here, obviously. It's all base game equipment. I'll show you a couple of things that have been sort of modded in, but it's only literally two things. So yeah, this, I like the way this sweeps up here, so it's not completely flat. We've got some more equipment, tractors, etc. And then we've got our farmhouse, which is obviously the oak bella on one. We can open up the garage, our pickup is in there. Here you've got your wardrobe to change your clothes, and that's it pretty much. Sleep triggers on the porch there, and then like I say, there's the IBC herbicide, and the weight is randomly over here on its own. So that is the equipment here. There is a couple of pieces of equipment down by the animals. In terms of modded in things, randomly again, it's one of those ones. We do have this large petrol tank that's been modded in, but as far as I can see, is no different looking to the base game one. Now there's obviously something that the map makers, I would imagine, have to do to that mod to add it into their map. I'm obviously no map maker, so I'm not sure. That's why it's probably coming up as a mod there. Maybe it was because they filled it up for us, I don't know, but that's one thing I noticed. And the only other thing that was modded in, which you probably can imagine, is the thing that you require to load up the game, and that's the power lines. If you want to place more of these down, you can just place them down like fences. They will join up like that, swing them around. So you've got the standard one, and you've got one with an end pole, so if you want to start it, you can place it down like that. That will have the end pole with that sort of stay on the end there, and then you can join off from the one on the left there, swing it around. So that is it for modded in things. Pretty straightforward. In terms of the painting, that is all basic standard as well. We've got animal mud, asphalt, concrete, dirt, forest ground, grass, dry grass, gravel, gravel again, rock and granite. That is it. Nothing spectacular. In this mode, if I come up from the bottom, far right at the very bottom, we've got 20 collectibles to find on here. No production chains. There is contracts, and we've got some rather snazzy faces on there. Animal pens, that is showing obviously those 3 that we do start off with. So that is all of that out the way, and we can crack on now, guys. One thing I will show you quickly is around the map there is these little fences here. Now some people have been struggling to get into demolish mode since the update, but the way to do it now is you need to go to landscaping, click on that, so you get the build, you know, the sort of these level in, raise up option like that, and then you need to push over right to get into demolish mode. So now we can get rid of all of these fences. So if you don't want these small little fences here, I hope you can see them. I can't zoom in anymore. And then we can get rid of all this if we want to, like so. Now all around the map in various places there is these little fences. Even if you don't own the land, you can delete them, so that is pretty cool. I couldn't seem to delete any of these sell points or production chain buildings. Up by the shop there is also a garage shed sort of thing, couldn't sell that. And word of warning, apart from the sawmill, if you buy any of the plots of land with the other sell points and production chains on there, it will not let you sell it back. So just something to note there. Because it comes up with a warning, you've got placeables on here, blah blah blah. Right, that is all that jargon out the way. Let's get in the pickup, and I'm glad they gave us a pickup, because like I said earlier, it is a bit of a drive around to a lot of these places. So we'll quickly scoot up and show you the bees area. So as you can see, huge fields, grass there. There's our empty field, which is very cool. Every now and then there is little gaps in these fences, so we can squeeze through like that. We will come back the proper way. But I love the way it all sort of, look at the steepness of these hills. So you are going to need some pretty powerful equipment to sort of navigate your way up through there. Luckily we do start off with some decent stuff and new farmer mode. We've got these 4 beehives, so obviously I included selling these off, and the pallet spawn point just there when I did the slot counts. Some of these trees have got random numbers on them, but there's one at the top with exactly the same number on. I'm not sure what that's about. I know sometimes they do number trees up in real life. Maybe it's just to sort of simulate that. Now, I did have a wander through this forest all the way through, hoping that we might hear some noises or something like that, smuggler stories, but I couldn't sort of pick anything up. There wasn't, I'm not sure what that means, whether it's just something there, you know, because they wanted to make it sound a bit quirky, or whether it's in reference to some of the collectibles, I don't know. Right, we're going to cut through our yard again, and we're going to go down to... No, we're not. Yes, we are. I'll get my bearings. We are going to cut down our yard. We're going to go to the sawmill first, and then come back on ourselves. I do apologise. Oh, she's walking across in front of us. Right. So, like I say, this is the only sort of track into this sawmill. There is people walking all through the forests and things like that. There is traffic on here as well, but it's only on the sort of main roads. That guy just dropped out of the sky then. Right, first up on our left there, we've got carpentry. So that's pretty cool. That's right next to the sawmill. And then this is the sawmill. You got your wood chip outlet there, your wrench or your spanner, your sell wood option, and that's where your pallets, planks will appear. Now, if you don't like these sticks all on the ground, you can paint over them. It will delete them when you paint them, but you do have to own this plot of land. Like I said earlier, you can sell this one back, but all the others, it wouldn't let me sell them back. Right, we'll go back up through our farm, and then we'll head on down to the animal area. It can be on the map when you've got it open. We'll get to the animal farm, and I will show you. I'll show you what I'm talking about. But it's one of those maps where it's a bit hard to tell where the tracks and roads are. Certainly the tracks anyway. The roads aren't too bad, because when I came on I always tried to sort of plan out my route round, best way to sort of go, and I kind of just had to follow my way. Anyway, into our animal area, which we start off with in new farmer mode. Again, this is empty. If you come on and farm manager, start from scratch. Got the water tank there that will charge you, so you might want to swap that out. Shed there with the straw blower. We've got our pigsty here, which is base game again, so that's the smaller one, 108 pigs, feed in there, and then round the other side we've got a slurry point just there, so you probably will have to put down a manure point for your cows as well. Slurry point there, and then we've got a horse barn here. This will hold 8 horses. Your feed and your straw triggers just there. You can drive through. There's a door at the other end. You can also open the gates to the pen if you want to take them out for a ride. And then there's some of our equipment here. Again, you might want to put down a shed just to home these a little bit better, but there's plenty of room down here. Like I say, if you want to get rid of the base game pens, there's plenty of room to add some of the modded ones in. Then we got the cow barn, so your milk point is just there. Your dialogue box, 45 cows, and this you can drive all the way through as well, so you feed and your straw through there. And again, like the pigsty, there is a slurry point around the other side. So that is it for that area. As you can see, it's pretty open though, even with those pens down. Right, quickly show you on the map what I was on about earlier. So you can sort of see the main roads. There's one here that goes up all the way up, which we will be taking, and then there's another one there. But as for the tracks, it is very hit and miss. So yeah, but the good thing is if you do get on one of those tracks, there isn't a load of tracks coming off of it, if that makes sense. So you're not kind of thinking, oh god, do I have to go down that way, how do I get there? So you literally, as you will see, if we follow this track, that is it. It will take us straight down to that area where the sell points are that we're going to. As you can see, the terrain is very up, very down. People in the road, track, path, whatever it is. And we do go through bits of forestry as well. I might have to zoom in a bit, guys, because you can just have seeing trees on the screen otherwise. Yeah, there's another one of these signs. There you go, look, it's got an arrow pointing that way. There's nothing written on there. Now if we go around quickly, there we go. So we got cheese wedges on here. I thought it was going to be the cartridges with Oak Belleron farmhouse being there, but 20 grand, not too bad. Look at these fields, huge. Oh, tree there. God dear. Yeah, I'm gonna have to stay zoomed in, guys, because it's a little bit, this is probably the worst bit of the route round. Trees in the middle of the track. They haven't made it easy, have they? So yeah, like I say, we haven't seen any other track that goes off of this track, so it's literally just follow your nose and you will get there. Now I know I could cut to when we're down there. I just drove straight through that woman, but then you're not seeing the map. The whole idea of the map tour is to see some of the map. But normally we have things. Oh, there's buildings, look, there we go. We are here. Oh, and there's a gate just there, so let's open that. A very low gate. So this area first, on the left here we have the bakery, and then just in front of us we have our first sell point, and this is, what was this? This is Le Prilo. Apologies if I say some of these things wrong. So this bit here is going to be for your grains and your crops, and then we've got an area here with your pallets. This is quite cool. It's one of those drawings and pictures, when you sort of move around it looks like it's moving. So that's going to be for your pallets, eggs, you know, lettuce, things like that. Animal dealers just here, so it's showing up those 3 pens we've got, and then right across in front of us we've got the dairy, selling your milk and things like that. You can use that as a production chain. So out onto the main road, and as I say, there is traffic here, look, so we can have a bit of life around us. Now I'm going to hit cruise control and probably drive out of control, but I do like the mountains in the distance there. Then we sort of go up and then we sweep down. In fact, I am going to stop here. I don't care if we're holding up any of the traffic. We do not own this plot of land here, guys. It's one of those fences. So landscape, push right, demolish, and we are deleting that fence. So like I say, we do not even own that plot of land. So that's pretty good that they've done that. I like that. And there's plenty of scope with a lot of these fields to extend or join up, because there's no tracks or fences, or if there is fences you can sell them off. You can even sell the fence off around this house, but you can't delete any of the decorations of the houses or anything like that. You can't get rid of. But it did allow me to delete that fence. But look at the size of these fields. That is a serious amount of grass you're going to get off of that. And it actually just looks like meadow grass as well. It's not proper planted in grass. Yeah, there obviously there's the power lines that we required to download to use this map. And here is one of those placeable areas. Now this does have a bit of a nasty bump up to get to it. You could obviously delete this fence and make it, look at that. Yeah, you could get rid of that fence and make a better entrance, but pretty flat, pretty big. If you wanted to buy that and do something with it. Again, there's another one of those signs there with nothing written on it. So yeah, there's a lot of driving on this map. Just trying to show you a bit of the landscape as well as we go without crashing would be nice. And then we sweep up again. And then we should be coming to our next area. Again, it's a little bit bumpy getting up in, but there we are. Just there we've got a fuel, well, it was actually classed as a gas station, so you don't have to fill that up. You can just pull up and let's show you refuel. Like so. I don't know if that is another water point. It's not showing up on the map. It didn't show up when I bought this plot as well. But again, nice big open area where you can like expand with it. In the middle here we've got another main sale point, and this is Mache, I think it's pronounced. So we've got again one for your grains and your crops, and then another one for pallets just there, like so. This is a bit random. We've got our shop icon menu trigger thingy there, but there's no building, so I don't know. There you go, there's your shop. Over there we got our workshop, so you pull in there for your customization and repair. We can open the doors on these sheds even though we don't own this plot of land, which is very nice. You can use these sheds if you want. Like I say, couldn't delete that even when I bought this plot of land. And then right behind us we have the supermarket sale point just there. And that is it. But that's quite a nice view. Look at that when you get up the top here. We need to take this other road. So I think this is literally the only road where there's traffic. So you go onto these roads. There's no other cars about. And there probably is quicker ways to get to this next sale point, but I was sort of working out the actual proper tracks and roads, because if I kind of stop there, you could easily clear some trees through there and build a track up through there. So we are now here, or in fact there's a better one down there as an example, which we'll see in a second. But yeah, you could do that if you want. I think we'll just get to the next sale point and I'll show you where we've been on the map. It's quite scenic, I must admit, as you're out here driving along. Very open. I think the bit I was talking about is just here, so you could easily, well, maybe not even have to clear any of them trees, but you could put a track up through there to have better access to get to places. There is another, where's that gone? Placeable area somewhere. Oh, it's just here on the right. I won't drive up there, but it's got another sort of nice drive up to it, like this road surface we're on now. That is just there. I'll show you in landscape mode. So you'd come up through here. This one isn't so flat. It's a little bit, there you go. So you could have a bit of fun trying to place some things on there. You might have to do a bit of landscaping and leveling on there. But here we go on the left. Oh, they just dropped out of the sky as well. This is a track, and again, same as before, if you get on this track you can just follow it and you'll end up back on one of the roads, so there's no getting stuck wondering whether you have to turn left or right, if that makes sense. Kind of does in my head. I could probably zoom out a bit more now actually. So yeah, loads of big fields. And then if you look at the mini map you can see this sale point there, and we've got another road here. Oh, this one does have cars as well. I do apologise because they come up into this area where the parked cars are and literally just turn around and go back again. It's quite funny. Hopefully you might see some of them. But this is it for this area, just this sale point, and this is Grand Vow. I probably said that wrong. Grand Vue. Again, you've got a grill grate there for your crops, your grain types. And we've got another pallet area like so. But when you watch that car, look, it literally just turns around and goes off again. Look at this for when you get up here. Very nice and scenic. So let's have a quick look what we did. We came out of the farm, went up and checked the bees out, come down here, did the sawmill. I was meant to do the sawmill first before the bees because that's what I did on my first look. Down into the animal area, and then we took all this track somewhere through here and ended up over here onto this main road, all the way up past that placeable area, up into these sale points, and then we came down, dropped into this little road, and then I think we came up there, didn't we? Yeah, and we went through like that, and then we're here. That is it, guys. That is the map. That is the Romboz Road by JM Gaming. Hope you have all found the map tour very helpful and enjoyed it. If you have, please give us a thumbs up because that goes a long way to support the channel. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing so. That would be awesome. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you don't miss any future videos of mine. I've been Farm Sim Snowy. Stay frosty.